Hi Louise, hey from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm on the right Wi-Fi now. Should be okay. Let's get some cards out for the day. Wow, the daily read was all about reconciliation. So much so when I did the daily read, it made me feel really nervous. I hardly put any information in it when I was watching it back because I was just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because there's some conflict going on with it. So a reconciliation, twin flame reconciliation, that's what we've got today. And there's a kind of a conflict first of all. The Queen of Swords is going to come out. But that conflict needs to be worked through like a conversation. It goes from a no, no, no to a yes, yes, yes. Hopefully. It depends whether you keep your Queen of Swords under check. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, Arlene. So that could be going on for a lot of us today. But let's get some cards out and see if we can get some clarity on this. Rainy day today, so I'm not going training this morning. I want to give my body a break. So this is me without my workout gear on. Hope. Hey Lisa, how are you? How is everyone this morning? Hope, number 9. Camera's lagging already. You've only just started and it's sleepy. Hey Eva. So I'm going to make videos today. So I've washed my eye this morning. Hope. Whew. Is that all we can do? Hope. Hope and pray that it works itself out. Hey Karen. Hope. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. Readings. Belinda. Hope is the offering. Just checking the audio was working then. Hope is the offering that carries us forward into the darkness, unbowed and unbroken, despite the knowledge of the true challenges which face us. Hope allows us to see the beauty and exquisite shifts and changes within the natural world without becoming frightened of what they are omens of, the winter of the soul. Hey Donna, hey Deb, hey Tonya. When this card comes to you, you're asked to be receptive to hope, to allow its gentle, uplifting sweetness to bring joy and comfort into the days that grow cold. You know how we were told to let the past go? Was that yesterday? Just to let the past go and leave it behind now. I'm feeling the same with this too. It's like hope. It's like stop focusing on what could go wrong. Leave the past behind. When this card comes to you, you have to be receptive to hope and to allow its gentle, uplifting sweetness to bring joy and comfort into the days that grow cold. Hope will allow you to be realistic, but to also stay present without fear, which can cripple and inhibit our pleasure in the turning of the wheel of the year. As your life moves into a time that will bring some challenges, you're given the gift of hope, which will stay with you, helping you to see the gifts in all the moments in which others will allow the challenge to steal the meaning from them. What? Helping you to see the gifts in all the moments in which others will allow the challenge to steal the meaning from them. That sentence is too long. I've lost myself in it. Who's stealing meaning from what? Allow the change to take place and treasure all the time you can spend with loved ones and with the natural world. Give yourself the time to relish the ever-changing world all about you. Reach out and take the gift of hope. Carry it within your heart and let it warm you, even as the days become harsher, even as people grow cold. Know that this time is impermanent, that all will change again and again. You're within a beautiful time that will not last externally. You're within a beautiful time that will not last eternally, I think they mean. But the offering of its beauty will stay alive in your energy for all time. Give yourself time in nature, observe the changes and watch others as they change too. Oh, change. Hey, Nikki. Lisa, I'm really excited. Had a crazy dream last night that Source says is what my life is morphing into. Palladium people recognize me as such. Oh, interesting, yeah. Yeah, it is a cute card, hey. Nikki. So that's hope. Anything else? No, that's it. So we've got to keep hope. We've got to stay positive. Remain positive. So, that's good. A gentle start into the energies of today. Let's get the magic out. The magic of you. So that we can get our homework for the day. I didn't do the homework yesterday. I did go to school though. Hey Melissa. Yeah, let's get the magic of you out. I'm loving these cards, they're great. I'm going to make a bigger card read today, that money one that you're all asking for. Where's the money coming from? I feel like going to the other island. 2 islands away and going shopping soon. I'm not doing that one, that was yesterday. Not training. No, this is me in normal clothes. It's raining and my body needs a break. My abs are really hurting. I'm training so much. So, today a break for me. The same card as yesterday came out. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that again. So some people could still be going through that. That was the resilience card, remember? Burning stuff from the past, letting the past go. We did that yesterday, so we're not doing that again today. But we do need to leave the past behind now. My cards for today, I've got Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. I've got simplicity and let go of the past. Simply letting go of the past. And overwhelming and simplicity and liberating love. Liberating love says, I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. It's a conversation day, isn't it? It seems, according to the energies anyway. Or it's a carrot preparing us, getting us ready for that conversation by making us think it's going to happen today. The universe does that. A bit too much sometimes. Okay, give us a card for today. What do we need to know today? Thank you. Vertigo. Whatever you choose will be correct. Number 35. Vertigo. So hope's a good card to start with. I like that. Vertigo, whatever you choose will be correct. Here you go. Glossy cards. There we go. So luxurious is the problem of choice. And yet, as you consider all the dizzying array of possibilities, a sensation of tilting, of things becoming off kilter, paralyzes you into inaction. What can you do? What should you do? Notice the keys stand straight and true. Each one opens a door leading to opportunities and lessons. Whatever you do now will be correct, but some lessons may be more enjoyable than others. In Vertigo, there is pictured one key that is very ornate and decorative. You may feel compelled to grasp it and open its door. Surely the prettiest key would open the most auspicious door. Beware. All is not what it seems, and while you cannot make a wrong decision, do not rush to make the obvious choice. The unexpected door will yield the most gratifying rewards and valuable lessons. Be brave and walk through the door less opened. The path less travelled. It's not the obvious choice. I'm really picking up this balance today. If there is a conversation to be had with a twin flame or someone coming back into your life, there's a balance between sorting out conflict. So we don't want to just be in hope and leave the past behind and not sort anything out. That's going to keep our hearts shut down. We can pretend our heart's open, but it's not going to be. But then we don't want to dwell in that and cause even more conflict. We want to let go. We want to actually let go of it, right? We want to deal with that to let go of it. So we just got to watch our choices. As I said in the daily, I feel like it's a no, 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 yes, yes, yes. So a conversation, first about conflict, so that we can let things go and then open up our heart so that it is safe to love. Remember yesterday's? And then once we've truly let that go, then we can move toward the yeses. So what homework today? Ritual choice. Tear pieces of paper into 1-inch squares and write down the choices you have onto the squares. Oh, you're making your own oracle deck. Take 2 containers, one labeled plus for the positive aspects of each choice and one minus for the negative aspects of each choice. Fold the pieces of paper and place them in the corresponding containers. Every day for 7 days, go to the containers and conduct the ritual of choice. Light a candle to calm your mind and invigorate your intuition, depending on how you're feeling. Pull a choice from either the positive or negative bowl. Write down the choice you pull on a separate piece of paper, then fold again and place back in the container. Snuff the candle flame to capture the magic. Walk away and do not think about your choice until it's time to conduct the ritual again. On the 7th day, choose your final pieces of paper, then read over the written list you've chosen during the week-long ritual. Your final choice will be clear and you'll be ready to action it. Take 2 containers, one level plus for the positive aspects of each choice and one minus for the negative aspects of each choice. So you're meant to decide whether it's positive or negative. I don't really understand that. Does anyone else understand that? So say if I've got 2 choices, which do I put them in, the plus or the negative container? Put them in the corresponding containers. Hey AP. Oh, what's being said here? The universe loves the carrots. I'm not always so keen. Got really, really confusing carrots. Yeah, I know. Hey Sheree. Lisa. Me too, Nikki. I heal something and then literally look around to see if I'm manifested the thing. Vertigo. I wonder why this is called vertigo. So the choices that we've got can lead in different directions. And we do have the choice. We've always got choice, right? Even if it's a twin flame, if it's a soulmate, we've still got choice. We get to choose. Like I've said in the readings lately, if they're not ready, if they're not willing to have like a relationship, if they're not working on it, you can't do anything else. You've got to move on. It's the love connection, the soulmate thing, the twin flame thing isn't enough. You need 2 people that want to be willing to work on it. Let's get a goddess out. I told my higher self to stop dealing dirty tricks. I'm not impressed with the last bag of carrots. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? Well, I thought we'd be making our own oracle deck, putting all the choices out so that we can choose it. I don't really understand that positive and negative thing. Because there's positives that come out of everything, isn't there? Hey, April. And there's negatives that come out of everything. Maybe just have one container. Let's be real about it. There's no positive and negative. Learning the tricksters are actually helping. Yeah. Keeps things interesting, right? Oh, she tried to come out yesterday. Demeter. Back in my corporate days, I worked on a project called Demeter. I can't remember what it was about. I don't really care. It was boring. Tricksters. Demeter. Harvest. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. We could really move through stuff today. That's what I'm thinking. Just because the hope card, the choices, that yes, yes, yes that came out in the daily. Now Demeter, harvest, Greek, she is. Yeah, she kind of looks Greek. You've planted the seeds. You've put in the work. Yeah, the seeds were planted ages ago, weren't they? We were told that. You've put in the work. My God, have we been putting in the work? And now it's time to harvest your rewards from the universe. Goddess of harvest and hearth, Demeter is here to help usher in the abundance that you've been working toward. Positive outcomes, the harvest. What we've been waiting for, maybe. Wow. Let's hope so. Let's hope. Let's put that next to hope. Demeter, you can be next to hope. Oh. Let's get some tarot out. That's the goddess deck, by the way. Legendary ladies. Okay. Tarot. Hey, Diana. They went on and on about getting me into this relationship that I didn't want, so I softened up and went for it. It was exactly as I always thought. Not wanted either side. Yeah. But it opened you up, right? Stephen Fry wrote a book called Mythos. It's about Greek gods and goddesses. Oh, I like Stephen Fry. Queen of Cups. Ooh, now that's a change, isn't it? Queen of Voices, Queen of Cups. She looks like she's receiving to me. She's got hands up in the air and surrender, and she's receiving. She's in her heart. She's got her heart open. Oh, I like this. Queen of Cups energy today. That's better. See, it feels like a turn, doesn't it? Although in the next couple of days in the dailies, we're still working through stuff. For sure. But this is a change for the better. This is a heart opening. I feel like we need to be the Queen of Swords first. We need to sort out the conflict. We need to sort out the past so we can let it go. Then we can get into this Queen of Cups energy. Don't know, all I can do is hope this will finally be the day. Yeah, I know. We're preparing ourselves for ages, haven't we? We're waiting a long time. You've been waiting a long time. Queen of Cups, I like that. So be in your heart. Heart open. Let's try it this way around. No, it was right the first time. I didn't go to my crystal shop yesterday. Queen of Cups is exactly what we need, because it's been a struggle, hasn't it, to open our hearts up. Remember yesterday's? It's safe to love. Yeah, right. No, it's not safe to love. Okay, let's get a muse out. Letting go of the past. Right? And remember what I said yesterday? Oh, the moon just flipped over. Remember what I said yesterday about, imagine if someone came back into our life from like our childhood or something and started judging us based on that. Well, we've changed, haven't we? We've changed from last week. We don't want someone to judge us based on last week even. We are who we are now. So we've got to do the same thing. We've got to let go of the past. Not judge people based on even a week ago, even a day ago. Because we change that much, we go fast. Got to expect other people to change that much too. Really safe. That was 2. Let's get a Muse Tarot out. But I do like that, the Queen of Cups. That's relief to me, is it to you? Like getting into our heart open again. What's that? 2 cards came out again. I'm not taking those. If they want those cards to come out, or one of those cards to come out, they can give them me again. It's been happening so much. I say that. I'm like, if you want that card to come out, give it me again, and then it does. Or doing 2 readings that are exactly the same cards, coming out in exactly the same places. That's been happening a lot lately. Got the Strength card. Yeah, this is different, isn't it? This is different than the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a strong card too. But this strength it's different. It's like being at one with the natural world. It's like that Hope card was saying. There's a quiet inner strength in this card that isn't in the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is more like off with her heads. Like Queen, which queen was it? One of the Elizabeths, maybe, I don't know. I thought my heart was totally open, then the guide said twin was coming and freaked out. I know, it's freaky, isn't it? I was so nervous. Did you notice that in the daily read? Daily energy update. I was so nervous. When those cards came out, I'm like, oh my God. I'm not feeling as nervous today. Yeah, that's when you know your heart isn't open, right? When you're freaking out. But it's okay to freak out. This is someone I already know and love. Talk about the safest relationship, and I got scared. It's scary. It's our egos, though, that are scared, you know? Our egos saying, you're going to die. They're going to kill you. I give myself full credit for going through it, though. Yeah, Nikki, this is what I'm realising, too. That everything that's happening with me, as crazy as it is, I'm really proud of myself going through it. I'm like, wow, I'm handling this differently than I did before. And if this really is our twin flame that's coming in, that long-term relationship, sure, there's going to be challenges along the way, but isn't it nice to be put through stuff like this first, for us to realise how strong we are now? Just how strong we are, how we deal with things now. The way I deal with things now is so different than the way I deal with things before. I'm empowered now. I'm standing in my strength. I'm relying on my allies, my community around me. I'm letting people love me. That's so new for me. That's like last couple of years. So we're getting into that strength, that true strength. Donna's not scared at all, just ready. I bet he's scared. Yeah, I'm not scared today. Although if I hear a scooter out there and he shows up, yeah, the fear's going to kick in. But we need to stand in our strength there. She's got the moon behind her. She's in her feelings. The Queen of Cups being strong, open-hearted. But this is like calm strength. Calm strength. Let's get some more cards out. Again. Okay. Yeah, there's a decision. We got the mirror again. We got this yesterday, didn't we? I was talking about mirroring back to us. So you're scared, they're scared, that kind of thing. Parts of the same thing, both feeling the same way, both wanting the same thing, but conflict being there. Standings maybe, differing points of view, but mirroring back to each other. Differing points of view, but mirroring back to each other. So one person could be saying it's black, the other person saying it's white. It's the same energy, it's a mirror, right? It's two people doing the same thing, insisting on something, on the perception. So, yeah, mirror. I'm feeling like if you were to get down to it in the Queen of Cups and how you're feeling and express how you're feeling to this person, they'd be feeling exactly the same way. Sure, the content of what they're focused on to make them feel that way might be different. It might be opposing even, but both feeling the same thing. When it comes down to it, you're both feeling the exact same thing for the exact same reasons. So there's a match here. There's the moon again. Feelings. Our truth as well. Got the mirror. Again. And then the vow. It's, yes, get the hands there. This is reconciliation, the vow, like a promise to each other, a commitment coming out of this. See, the dove is peace, it's coming from peace, a peace offering, a vow. The dove set free. So much that can happen today. But we've got to stick through it as well. We've got to stick with it. I mean, be in it for the long term, not run away from it. But I think I said in the daily that we could be needing a break, like time out of it. You know, if you're having a big discussion today, you might need half an hour break, like coffee break, and then get back into it. Maybe not coffee. But there's a commitment that comes out of this. Might not be today, that commitment. You got no one to come back. I think that's a good thing. Who was it that, I think it was Mimi on a YouTube channel in a comment said, which one's coming back though? I'm like, really? You've got that many you want to come back? It's more usually more like you, Nikki. You don't want the past ones back. It's very rare, isn't it? This is the first time I've wanted someone to come back. Usually when I'm done, I'm done. I'm just done. Yeah. A twin makes the vows before they come to earth. Yeah. And we make our, yeah. So there's a commitment that comes out of this. Camera's lagging again. Wow. What else can I get out? Let's get some of these out. Let's get some depth, more depth into this from the Shamanic Healing Oracle. So yeah, everyone, this is for Tuesday the 6th of October. I told you some good stuff coming. And the next 2 days too, it was all about this. It was all about getting back. Tomorrow, I just got the tingles. Tomorrow is about still these talks and stuff like that. And Thursday is about, just to give you the heads up, Thursday is about trying to get back to how we felt before, the lightness of it, leaving it all behind and getting back to the fun and all of that. It's like recovery. It's like we're getting beaten up at the moment and then we get to recover, or that path to recovery on Thursday. Have nervous excitement about starting a new relationship. And do you usually feel like that, Belinda, or is that a new thing for you? Because this nervousness, it's kind of new for me. I hadn't had that before. I was more easygoing about it. But there's something about the energies right now. Like I said, there's a lot of twin flame energy around. And I've never picked up on that before. I'm not one of these readers that's been going on about that for years and years. In fact, I didn't believe it. I'm like, someone's just made that up as a gimmick because they want to be different, you know. They don't want to call it soulmate anymore. They want to be different, so that they've got some kind of a unique marketing point. That's what I thought. But now, I'm like, well, this is heavier than usual. Oh, remember your vows. Nervous excitement, yeah. Burden. Oh, that's something, yeah. I've suddenly got hot. Oh, it's because of coffee. Nikki, absolutely no one from the past for me. A really sexy one from the past life is good though. Yeah, past lives. Hey, Nivaldo. For real, Claire, me too. Like, if they can't give me what I want right then and there, I walk away. That's what I've done before, yeah. And this time, you know what, Eva? This time I'm seeing my part in it. I'm like, well, as I said, like, you wouldn't want someone to judge you based on your past. I wouldn't want someone to judge me based on my fears. And like I'm realizing it now, especially the fear of abandonment, like how much has that orphan card been coming up? So I'm a little bit more lenient now, especially like one thing that's going on with mine is that he's in with the wrong people. And as I said yesterday, I've done that. Like every time I've moved to a new place, because I move around so much, you move to a new place and the people that are most in need of a friend are the ones that have kind of been abandoned by everyone else because they got some shit going on, they got some issues. It can be the ones that are really dodgy or the ones that are really needy or whatever. And I've become friends with them and then realised down the line, these people aren't good for me, they've got toxic traits or whatever's going on, or they're dangerous. And so here he is arriving on this island, getting in with the wrong people. And I can't blame him for that because I do that every single time until I realise, and often it takes me some time to realise. But not only that, these exact same people that he's with, I was with 2 weeks ago. So I was doing exactly the same thing, so I can't hammer him for that. It's just open and naive and trusting, exactly the same as me, seeing people, seeing the best in people and trusting. So yeah, I've been like that, Eva. I guess though with the twin you see yourself, you see that mirror, right? You see the mirror. And so you can't, if you're blaming them and if you're judging them, you're judging yourself. And if you've got to a certain point in self-love to even bring them in the first place, you can't judge them for it. You're like, shit, yeah, I know that one, I did that too. Or I'm doing that too even. The exact same people. And since I've broken away and I go to the new gym now, even just everyone, I mean, there's hardly anyone left on the island, so everywhere I go, is people that I know. And like, I haven't seen you at that new gym. And they're all saying, we wondered what you were doing there. Like, why were you trusting? You were being way too kind to him. He's not a good person. I'm like, yes, I know. I know. Hi, Dreaming Girl. It's new for you, Belinda, the nervousness, yes. Because it's hitting home this time, isn't it? Nivaldo crying, just one eye. Ooh. Lisa, my inner being says a twin flame is sharing an inner being, not a split soul. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's never come up in my readings that a split soul or anything like that. I have 4 inner beings. And Chris has one of mine, who knows how many other inner beings also. Yeah, and we're using words to try and explain spiritual concepts as well, which is always going to be limited because we're using human words, you know. Michelle, I'm in the beginning of a new one, but it's highly controversial, and I started it, and now I'm really not so sure about it. Very nervous, not really excited. Oh. Nevada, exactly what's happening to me, getting free from all toxic fake friendships, free from fake love. And it hurt to feel such injustice. I got sick because my partner, genetic disease. Don't want to fill my spirit with vengeance, as I'm a light worker. But I can't stand injustice and people getting away with it. Right. It comes around though. Karma comes around. I've got the burden card out here. Now what I'm getting from this is, don't take the burdens on, don't be a fixer, don't take it on. We've got to take a step back and let them go through their stuff. Remember, we had to go through our stuff. And if they're mirroring us like that, we've got to let them do their own stuff. We've got to let them realise by ourselves. We can't rescue them, we can help them, but only when they've seen it and they come to us, right? Whatever it is that they're going through. It's the twin flame journey. You've got to go through your stuff. And sometimes we come together to trigger that and then go our separate ways so that they can go through the stuff. It's the twin flame journey. Twin flames are brought to the earth for a mission, here to bring love and light to the world. Yeah, divine mission upon the earth. It's just the getting together bit, isn't it? That's tricky. So don't take their burdens on. Don't carry the burdens for them. Don't try and fix them or help them or anything. Yeah, don't even try and help them. To get in touch and say, do you realise who you're hanging out with? Like, just go to the police station and ask them about him. But I can't do that. He's got to figure it out himself. He's got to see it himself because he's not going to take it from me. He's just going to get more adamant about it, right? I'm in the police report, not sure what for. Oh. Dreaming of, not my twin flame yet in this lifetime, but I can feel him so intensely. It's so weird, and the universe is sending me signs over and over and over. Isn't it weird? We're getting so many signs at the moment. Oh my God, I've got... Okay, I'm going to take these. Yes. Ancient wisdom. This is not just guides. This is not just guides, like our guides, our higher selves, our spiritual team helping us. This is ancestors too. This is like our family getting involved, our past family, the ones that have passed on in a spiritual form. Not just that though, because all of our higher selves are in spiritual form, right? And so it's current family too. Their higher selves are getting involved in this. Twin flames as well, their families. Anyone, any spirit with a vested interest. Lost the camera. Any spirit with a vested interest in this union is... Someone sending me a message. There should be like a thing on the phone. A special setting, Apple. There should be a special setting on the phone that's indicated I am alive, and then messages and stuff don't come through. The things that break the cameras, that pause your lives and stuff like that. Apple needs to do that stuff. Anyway, ancient wisdom, that's what I'm getting from this, is that there's vested interest in this. So all those signs that you're getting, it's because you've got like maybe hundreds of spirits getting involved in this stuff. We're the players, right? We're the players on this material plane. As Donna said, twin flames brought to the earth for a mission. So there's lots of vested interest in this. If you're meant for somebody because you got something to do together and it's important, sure, the whole universe is going to get involved in that to get you together. Right? That's what I'm getting for that. Pouring down out there. You see it. Teaching. We're learning a lot. We're learning a lot through this. So emotional, right? Yeah, Nivaldo. Getting to pay for the wrongs only lower our vibration. Yeah, right. And it does come around. You know, I went to my Thai language class yesterday, and she's a great lady. I mean, as a human being too, she's a great teacher, but she's just a great lady too. And so last week I told her about all the crap, and this week she said, "Oh, how is that now?" As I was leaving, and I said, "Yeah, I sorted it out, but still haven't seen or heard from my boyfriend." And she said, "Just give him time. Just give him time." I'm like, "Yeah." Yep. And last week she was saying, you know, karma, it will come around. This is a very small island. It's a very small island. So things get revealed super, super fast here. Hey, Leonie. So teaching, learning, 14. I have a bonus round with my twin. He died 30 years ago, and we've been connecting with him in non-physical. Now he's doing a walk-in as an adult. Wow. Wild. But that's what I'm getting, yeah, is like karma. It's not like karma, them getting their just desserts kind of thing, you know. It's karma teaching them, and us too, teaching us. It's all teaching us. We've also got forgiveness as well. Yep. Whatever that they've needed to learn. We've got to remember that we've needed to learn too. Often the same lessons. Can't blame them for that. So we've got to forgive. We've got to understand that. That's the point I got to yesterday. It's like, wow, I'm seeing that the problem is him being in with the wrong people, trusting them, listening to the lies, because he's with a very manipulative person and is believing them. And it's like, well, holding up a mirror to myself, it's like, oh, let me see, who's done that before? Me. And the whole community around me saying, what were you doing there? Like, what he's like. And I'm like, yeah, no, I was just giving him a chance. Like, why? Why were you giving him a chance? A chance to what? To show you what he's like. It's Dharma. Hey, Corey. Hey, Conscious C. Okay, let's do some readings for you all. So it does seem very hopeful to me. I'll put the deck back. Oh no, what's wrong? What's going on? I put the deck back wrong. Who wants a reading? Me first. Breathe and willingness. I've got to calm the fuck down. If he comes in to speak today, no one will be training today. They don't train when it's raining. I'm the only one that trains, and I'm not today. So I've got to breathe and be willing to talk about it, because I'm a runner. I am a runner. Okay, that's my advice for today. Who's next? It was Corey that got in first. Dude, Corey. Corey, yours is about just getting into that flow, into that state of grace by meditating. A great way to get into the state of grace where you've got signs and synchronicities, serendipity, you've got miracles and magic happening in your life, is when you wake up in the morning, just look for it. Just go, today's going to be amazing, full of all of that stuff, and look for it. But you've been through a lot lately, and so you don't. You wake up where you were at, where your predominant vibration is at, where your predominant emotions are at, don't we? We wake up like that in the morning. And so it's hard to get into that. So it's saying to get into that state, meditate in the morning especially, get yourself into that state of grace so that you can look for those miracles, the good stuff. Dreaming girl, is it normal for twin flames to be very different from each other? I've received a lot of information. Apparently we're going to be from different countries, got, yes, an age gap. That's me. I'm 16 years older than him. I'm not any religion, but I was brought up as a Catholic. He's Buddhist. And he is Buddhist too. Even on his birthday, the other week, he went to the temple. But Buddhism to me is like my favourite religion. I don't like any of the religions, but Buddhism's cool with me. Different cultures, different language, different. But the core of us is the same. The core is the same. Dreaming girl. So maybe. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Maybe that is about bringing people together, I don't know why we'd need to be from different cultures and different countries and age gap. We had a message about age gap a couple of weeks ago, that there was something about balancing it up, especially with the divine feminine coming out. I mean, the powerful feminine coming out. I don't mean the divine feminine, I mean the powerful feminine coming out into the world, being supported by the masculine in that. Could be younger masculine. But the core is the same of the twin flame. He has a team of very manipulative work colleagues. Yeah. Same. Arlene. I'm hungry. I do like rainy days like this. Arlene. Be vulnerable. Communication is coming. You've got to be vulnerable. That means be in your emotions, listen to your emotions, speak your emotions. So when that communication comes in, don't be in your head about it, be in your emotions about it. Be vulnerable. So if you're going into the battlefield and you want to be all logical and you want to tell them like how they hurt you or whatever, like not how they hurt you, that's probably more in your heart, but you know why things are, the logical explanation behind it. So if mine comes in today, I could go into that. You know, he's manipulative and this is. I could go into all of that past stuff, but it doesn't really matter. What really matters is how we responded to it and how it made us feel. Yeah, that's when you know you're on the same page. So be vulnerable like that and be in your heart. Be talking about your feelings and how it made you feel. Because then you get that connection. Remember I said that with that mirrors, you might both have different perceptions. One might be saying it's black, the other might be saying it's white, but you're both feeling the same way. You're both reacting the same way. Deb. Deb, you've got to appreciate yourself and the connections. So connections are about people. Connection that you have with a person. Could be a twin flame thing. But you've got to appreciate yourself more. So, you know how I said, if you're not loving yourself, you're not going to love your twin flame. Or, you're not, if you're loving yourself, you're not going to blame your twin flame for what they're going through because you've done exactly the same thing. Appreciating yourself more lets you see that. It's like being honest with yourself and appreciate yourself because your connection's going through the same thing. Your person, what happened then? Can you hear that rain? 747, that's my number. 7:47 right now. That was Arlene. Done. Take the risk and knowing. This is about listening to your intuition and actually speaking it out. And so, I don't know, this seems like, Deb, you could be getting into a conversation with someone where you just have to speak that weirdness out. Like, I've got a feeling that this is true, that kind of thing. Take the risk to reveal your intuition. I feel like they could be open to that. Got an interesting story. I went for a psychic reading. This was ages ago. I might have told you all about it before. There was a grey-haired guy that shone out to me at this mind-body spirit fair. This is years and years ago. And he told me all kinds of truths about myself, so much so that I rode home on my bicycle crying. You know, he told me that I was a healer. He told me all stuff, and a psychic, and he told me that I'd be moving overseas and all this stuff. And he was the first person that had kind of seen me. And yeah. Anyway, next time there was one on, I went to see him again. I wanted another reading with him. And so it must have been months later. And I went there and he's like, I'm sorry about this, you're going to be very disappointed in this reading because it's not for you, it's for your mum. And he gave me all this information for her from my grandma who had passed. And my mum's Catholic, like she's more Catholic than Catholic, she says, because she became Catholic to get married. And so that makes her better. You know how there's that competitive thing for some Catholics. And because she chose it, she's better than everyone else. Anyway, I'm like, you want me, saying to this guy, you want me to go and tell my Catholic mum this information from her mum? And he's like, yep. I'm like, okay, I paid for that reading too. Anyway, so I get back home, I'm like, here goes nothing. I said, I've got something to tell you. And then I went through all of this information. I'm like, and if you don't listen soon, she's going to start smashing stuff. She's going to like poltergeist it. And she did. She listened. She listened to me. She was weirdly open to it. And then after she shut down again, it was like somehow her higher self opened her up to listen to this message, even though it was beyond her belief system. She heard it and she got the message, and then she closed back down again. It was bizarre. But that's what I'm getting, Dad, is you've got to do the same thing, like take that risk to reveal your intuition, even if you think that person's going to be closed down to it. Because the higher self will be cracking them open, trying to get through. Just like they crack my mum open for a short conversation. Melissa, this is a longer cafe than usual. It will be, because I've got time, because I'm not training. Right, Melissa, you've been transforming. You're not still in it. You've completed that now. You're ready for something new. You've got to leave the past in the past now. The old you is in the past. You can step out into this new beginning now. Just leave the past in the past is what I'm getting from this. Your transformation is complete. Don't expect to be that person that you were. You're not. Nikki. Yeah, you too, Nivaldo. You're saying he's blinded. You're saying all of these things. You're too focused on what they're going through. Let them go through their own stuff. Just trust them. Trust them to go through their own stuff and learn their lessons. Nikki, touch and brilliant. This is a taste of things to come. You're being led. Those carrots, right? You're being led forward on your journey. You've had a taste of things to come, but only a taste of it, nowhere near what's coming, you know. It's like little bits of the jigsaw puzzle. And you're like, just another jigsaw piece, just another jigsaw piece. Why is the universe doing this to me? Well, each jigsaw piece, it becomes the full picture in the end. And it will be brilliant. The full picture will be brilliant. You know, if this was a jigsaw piece, I'd be like, that's nothing. What's the universe giving me that for? And what's the universe giving me this for? But when I put them all down, it all makes sense in the end. It'll all make sense in the end, Nikki. It's the mystery path. It's a mystery journey. Like, look at it as an adventure. Karen. Karen, from criticism to encouragement. This is what you're doing to yourself inside. You might feel like it's everyone else criticizing you and you wish they would be encouraging of you, but it's just a reflection of what you've got going on inside of yourself. And so you need to switch that around. It could be such an ingrained pattern that you don't realize that you're doing it. It's flying under the radar. It's not like a clear voice inside of yourself saying you're not good enough. It's just a feeling behind it. What was that we had the other day? It's like when you walk past a policeman and then you feel guilty as if you've done something. You feel like you've got something to hide. And you catch yourself in that feeling and you're like, I've not done anything. I don't need to feel guilty. But we all do it, right? It's that kind of thing. You've got criticism, self-criticism flying under the radar. It's sneaky. And you've got to turn that into encouraging yourself. You're going to attract that into your life. Dreaming girl, I feel like this is going to make it more and more difficult. Really? Donna. The end of an era, completion, be at peace with that. Something's over. Even if it's the old story, we've got to leave it in the past. The old person, the old circumstances, all of that, we've got to put it to bed now. Give it a rest. It can't transform if you're holding on to the past. You've got to let it be over and be at peace with that it's over. It's always when we let go, right, that something manifests. And we can't pretend to do that. We can't pretend to let it go. We've got to be good either way. Whatever happens. If they come in or if they don't come in, be good either way. It's going to be something better. We can let go because there's going to be something better. You're being asked to be at peace with it being completed, with it being over. Eva. Your awareness is changing, Eva, and you're on track. This card came out for me yesterday. You're on track with the love card. I'm like, seriously, am I? Doesn't feel like it right now. And maybe it doesn't feel like it with you too, but your awareness is changing. Your mind is being changed by your higher self to get you in alignment with your journey forward. You are on track. Shri Shram. Oh, different for you. Shri, you got work and make love. Change your work to do what you love. Maybe you're believing that you need to work hard or sacrifice something, do something that you don't want to do to get money, something like that. You don't. You need to do what you love. Then you'll be in alignment, then you'll be on track. Like I know that I don't need to do anything else than what I love doing. And you know what I said yesterday? I was doing all of these private readings yesterday, and I said to the universe, to my higher self, I much prefer doing the videos. Can I just do the videos now? Not private readings. Can I just do the videos now? And I was told, oh, no. Still no, you still need to do private readings. Okay, but less of them. Yeah, and that's kind of what's happening, so that's good. But yeah, and likewise, you need to do what you love. Allow yourself to do what you love for your work. Cherie. Belinda. And if you are already doing what you love, like I'm doing what I love, there's always tweaks, isn't there? We've got to feel that. It's like, oh, I'm not enjoying this part of it as much as I used to. Belinda. Sex surrender. So something's going on in your sex life. Either pursuit, it could be pursuit if you're not getting any. But however you're handling your sex life at the moment, you need to let that go. Maybe this could be about a relationship where there's a lot of passion there, and you've got to put the sexual side of it on a back burner. This is good advice for everyone if there's a reconciliation as well, is have the conversation, don't jump into bed. Because that's a big, it's a running aspect, right? If we do that, we're not facing what we need to face. We just succumb to the sexuality of it all and the passion of it all. And then we forget to have that talk, because then we feel connected again. And we don't feel like we need to talk anymore, but we do. Like there's a really important lessons going on, remember? We've got, let them, release the burdens to them. They've got to go through their own lessons. We've got ancient wisdom, so yeah, we're all being backed up. But we've got teaching and forgiveness. Like there's a lot to learn from this, and we've got to do that. We've got to learn, not bypass. Not bypass in any way. No spiritual bypass, no trying to like put a smiley face on it. No prematurely trying to let go of the past without actually dealing with it and confronting it. No bypassing. No bypassing. April. You're resisting a new beginning. Why? Change. We've got a lot of change coming in. That message has been coming to me. It's like, yeah, you want this thing, but part of this fear that comes up in me is, I know that it's going to change my life completely. And that's scary. Change is scary. All of our egos react in the same way to change. We're scared of it. Oh, my flowers just come out. So maybe that's why you're resisting a new beginning, because we get ourselves in these ruts, don't we? Especially Taurus, but and fixed signs, but it's a human thing. We like our comfort zone. So you're resisting a new beginning. There's part of you that's resisting this new beginning. So work through that and convince yourself that you do actually want it. And change is part of life, and it will be for the better. There's a shake-up coming, and you can feel it. You're resisting it. You're resisting the new beginning. Where was I at? April, was that you? Yeah. Lisa. You got the You're on Track as well. You're on Track card. You are good enough. You're raising your standards, what you're expecting. You're raising that up. So you're being shifted higher and higher and higher. Like Nikki. Who else is this happening to? Corey. Chris. Is Chris in today? I don't think she is. Yeah, you're feeling better and better about yourself, raising your standards, expecting better for yourself. Your higher self is trying to raise your expectations up. Not so much raise your vibration up, but raise your expectations up, what you're expecting to come into your life. Nivalda. Nivalda. Oh wait, I'll just have a look at your message further down. My ex, too, 20 years older than me, different countries. I'm a spiritualist, he's nothing, just kind of sometimes with his very narcissist. You got to watch out, because there's a lot of that going about too, is people thinking that they've got a twin flame when really it's just really dysfunctional, because there is on the face of it, it seems dysfunctional. It can seem dysfunctional, the twin flame relationship, because of the lessons that are provoked in each other. It's very different than a narcissist or someone that's just is just totally dysfunctional or toxic. It's very different. But I'm not saying that just because someone's got narcissistic traits that they're not necessarily your twin flame either. But you just got to watch for that, because there's I've seen it so much. I've seen people, not customers of mine, but I've got this psychic gift, and so when I read someone's comment, say on YouTube, and they're saying, I've met my twin flame, but this and that, and they're a narcissist, and I hear straight away, that's not the twin flame, they're just in this dysfunctional pattern, they're just learning a lesson from somebody. So watch out for that. Nivaldo, you've got perfect and judgment separates. Yeah, big differences. You rightly picked up on that. There's big differences, and neither. I'm getting from this. It's like one person's there, not above. One person's above or not. Just you're not on the same page, and it's like one person is saying no, it's black. The other person is saying no, it's white, and you're both in each other's lives to come to more of a happy medium kind of thing. So you're both doing the same thing, you're both kind of obstinate in your own ways. You're both making each other feel the same way. It's like two stubborn people with perceptions, both thinking that they're perfect and the other person needs to change. But it's total judgment, and it's total judgment of self is behind it, really. Michelle. Been over an hour already. Michelle, communicate, judgment separates. Yeah. So if you've got someone coming in for a reconciliation today or a conversation today, you need to communicate that, how not only their judgment, how their judgment has made you feel, but also your judgment, what's kicking in for you. It's like being upfront about it. It's like, when you do that, or you did that, I totally judged you for that because of this trigger that I've got, because of this wound that I've got, because I did that before in my life. It's like being 100% vulnerable and open about how you've judged them. It will give them a window of awareness, because remember, we're mirrors of each other. And so whatever you're bringing up of judgment, if you're honest about your judgments of them, it's going to be. They're going to say, well, yeah, I'm judging myself for that. It's the law of the universe. So your communication can be really taken to the next level, Michelle, by being totally honest about that, about judgment. Not letting it separate anymore. It says judgment separates. Not letting it separate anymore, letting judgment bring you together. How about that for a concept? AP. I don't see you on my iPad, AP. AP, choose to change, refocus. Choose the changes that you want. So if you've been having problems with somebody, stop focusing on those problems and focus on what you want to happen instead. It's like, it feels like an impasse at the moment. It's like the universe can't get this into motion for you because you're not focused on what you want yet. You're still focused on what you don't want. So if you've got a problem in a relationship, change your focus to even get this coming in. So for those that don't have that coming in, that conversation, that reconciliation, if it doesn't happen for you today, there's a message for you. Not open enough yet, not in Queen of Cups enough yet for it to happen. Dreaming girl. Success requires risk, dreaming girl. You got to put yourself out there more. This is about not just waiting for them to do something. That's a judgment kind of thing. It's like, well, they've done wrong, they've got to do something. No, we both play our part in that. This is saying that you need to take that risk. Remember, when was it? Last week. I had that, my cards came out and it said that I needed to initiate that contact. I'm like, no, I don't want to, but I did. And it turned out really badly, but I still needed to do it. You've got to take that risk. You're going to get the success that you want eventually down the line. But you know that if you initiate things, if you do take that risk, it's going to be real, right? It's going to be real, which means there's going to be a positive aspect of it and a negative aspect of it. But you need to get those wheels in motion. Don't be afraid of the negative aspect of it. It's going to happen anyway. Diana is next. Right. Ooh, guidance in this moment you've got. You've had the guidance to be in this moment now, to not be in the past and not be in the future either, to be in this moment now. Bring yourself back to the moment. You can do that through nature, breathing, meditation. It seems like you're getting caught up in your head here, and you've had this guidance already to get yourself in the moment. It's really going to help you through. Don't be bringing stuff up from the past or even projecting the future, your expected future onto things. Stay in the now. Corey, you're welcome. Conscious C. Conscious C. Okay, so there's a lesson that you've been through. You know how I was explaining, yeah, I can't blame mine for being around the wrong people because I've done it so many times, and in fact I was doing it with the exact same people 2 weeks ago, so I can't blame him for that. There's a lesson that you've been through. You have been woken up to it. It's from your past, and you have been woken up to it. And you're getting reflections of that, saying, because you're still that same person on the inside. You would do it again, but you've got to stop yourself from doing it again. And so if you're seeing this in other people, you know when someone stops smoking and then they become the most anti-smoking person ever. They can't stand anyone smoking around them, become a vigilante about it. It's that. You haven't fully released it. You're still having to stop yourself from doing it, and so you end up being like more of a vigilante against it than... So this is about a lesson that you've been woken up to. When you see it in other people, you're a vigilante. Instead of just going, oh yeah, they're going through that lesson, I've been through that. So you're not okay about having been through that lesson yet yourself. I feel like you've got through the lesson, but it's not fully completed because you've not healed from it. You're still kind of beating yourself up about it. Interesting. Can't just see. Lisa, Buddhism respects all journeys. I love that. Yeah. And I do. I like going to the temple. I mean, I like meditating in temples. I do. Buddhist temples. I've done Buddhist retreats. I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Which is a strange thing to say about a religion, isn't it? Buddhism isn't a religion, really. It's a philosophy, but it does seem to be more functional than the rest. Let's put it that way. And I do enjoy it. I enjoy being in that space. Of course, where people meditate. A religion that's based on meditation, I mean, really, they've got something right there, haven't they? Christine, understanding and trust myself. Buddhism too, it puts the emphasis back on the self to sort through things yourself. I like that. Not some external God that's vengeful or, it's got rules if you don't follow them. Christine, understanding and trust myself. You don't understand at the moment what's going on, but you will in the future. Just trust this journey, trust this journey. Trust what's being put in front of you is for your good. It's all going to, you'll understand in the end why you're having to go through this. Mimi, just talking about you before, Mimi. I've lost all the comments. They've disappeared. I was talking about you before, Mimi. Your comment on YouTube about so many people from the past. I'm like, really? You want them to come back? That would be kind of strange. Have you got a lot of exes that you would want to come back? I've only got one. And it's the recent ex. I wouldn't want any of the others back. Mimi, let go of the past. Christ. Let go of the past to get into the flow of the new. You've got new coming, not the past. So it's not about the past. So maybe that was your reaction then when you comment. But yeah, if you would let a lot of people in from the past, that's weird. That's weird. Let go of them. And you'll get into the flow of the new. Evelyn. Evelyn. Oh, clash. Strong. Two strong people coming together. Maybe stubborn. Two stubborn people coming together. There's a clash here. Because you mirror reflections of each other. Both strong. Both wanting to take the lead. That was in the daily too. About like who's winning. Who's winning in this? Who was it that said that? I want to see someone public speaking. I don't know. It could have been, I can see his face. One of the guys from The Secret movie. It could have been one of them. But he said, he was laughing about relationships aren't competitive, It's like you wouldn't like go to your married friend and say, who's winning? Same with yoga too. It's not meant to be competitive, it's all about the self, right? But you can go to a lot of yoga classes and ask who's winning, because there is that element, sometimes. So, yeah, there's no winners. Like, there's no one winning. It's not a competition. Relationships aren't a competition. And so, just be careful of that. Stubbornness and strength is causing a competitive kind of thing, and you're both like that, Evelyn. It's not a bad thing. I mean, you can be like that, but you've got to be aware of that within relationships, because it's not going to work within relationships. be working in other aspects of your life, because you wouldn't be like that if you didn't need to be like that. If it wasn't important for you to be like that, it's who you are. Just doesn't work for relationships. You're welcome, Arlene. Lisa, yes, the rain is loud. Beautiful with hair this way. Thank you, Nivalda. Yeah, I had my hair cut the other day. It's considerably shorter. It was down here before, off camera even. Crystal, you're not too late. I'm just going to keep on going today. Do a long one. Crystal. Time alone, gentle okayness, being okay about being alone. It's time for you. Sort yourself out, sort your life out. So maybe you're going in a separation at the moment. I'm not sure. If you're in a separation at the moment, yeah, just be okay about this time alone. They're learning their lessons, you're learning your lessons. Just get on with your life. It's very attractive when you do that as well. Just carrying on with your life, you know. Sherry. It's not too late, Sherry L. Oh, Sherry L, you've got overwhelming and criticism. This is a lot of criticism. It's like you've been stoned, not like smoking a joint, like someone's throwing rocks at you. Somebody really mean. Bamboozled and feeling like someone's just tearing strips off you, being so aggressive that you can't stand up against it. You know. For all I do my Muay Thai, and you know, it involves me getting beaten, and especially like in the stomach, doing sit-ups and being smashed in the stomach with pads. I can take it, and I can tense my abs and take it up to a certain point, and up to a certain point it gets too much, goes beyond what you can handle. You can't brace yourself for it anymore, and that's when you're at the limit. And this is what I'm feeling for you, Shariel, is that you're at your limit. You've got someone who's really mean, and you're at your limit. You can't keep your vibration and your emotional state. You can't brace yourself for it. It's too bad. Yee, get rid of them. My God, get away from them. Maybe you're used to that. That feeling of being beyond your limit. Maybe you've got used to that with people like that being in your life. Don't get used to that. Yikes. You're welcome, Melissa and Deb and Nikki. Yikes, says Donna. Eva, exactly what I just said. There you go. You're welcome. Love right back at you, Mimi. I just want the badge. Belinda, no relationship yet, but I did recently say that to someone. You're welcome. April, fear. Lisa, yes, I feel that. It's very active, raising that. Can't remember what I was saying. Lost them again. Sometimes it just, all the comments just disappear and it goes black. Wait, I'm going to have to find where I was again. Right. You're learning, Nivalda. We all are. It's a teaching moment at the moment. You're welcome, Lisa and Nivalda. Hey, Barbara. You're welcome, Karen. Barbara, may I? I was excommunicated from the family today. My mother just passed. Oh, wow. Big change for you, Barbara. Endings, new beginnings. Love. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you've got love coming in. Like, I'm not saying like you've got a relationship coming in. I'm saying you've got love coming in. It feels like that's the ending, is like it's time for you to actually receive love from people. So I'm feeling like your family aren't offering love, and You've been asking, I want to experience being loved now by other people. Yes, you've got to have an ending for that. You've got to have an ending for that new beginning. So you are being guided toward that. You're being moved in that direction. So it could be that you're going to have a new family kind of thing. You know, you're going to find those people that are your actual family and let that love in. The core of this will be about self-love. So if you've been working on your self-love, this will be what is moving you toward that, Barbara. But it's a good thing. Yeah, sad your mum passed, sorry about that, and excommunicated from the family, but it is a good thing because you're going to be heading toward love. You're being guided toward love now, receiving love. I don't think you've felt it before. I don't think you've been loved properly before, and it's coming. Kim C, love some cards. This is interesting, Kim C. You've got to appreciate self, and is this thought useful? I was saying yesterday, this card should be changed to this thought isn't useful, because that's what it always means. This card never means you're having useful thoughts. It's never come out in that respect. So, appreciating yourself. So there's this inner voice that you've got that doesn't appreciate you, or you're expecting other people not to appreciate you. It feels like you're doing something wrong all the time. We tend to get this kind of programming from childhood, like seeing the policeman and thinking that we're guilty of something, but we're not. You know, and why do we feel like that? Because when we go to school, the teachers make us feel like that we've done something wrong when we haven't. Teachers can often blame the wrong kid, right? Or make everyone suffer for one person's transgression. Parents can do it too. They give us this programming that we've done something wrong, and you've got that inside of yourself. And so when you do something, you might go, yeah, I did good, and that's your surface level feeling about that. You're appreciating yourself for doing something, but then there's a part of you that's like, other people aren't going to appreciate that. I've done something wrong. I'm naughty, that kind of thing. It's deep. It's deep, and it's a pattern, and a lot of us have been taught this. Yeah. You got that lurking, and it's undermining your energy. I'm so wise, says April. Thank you, April. Consciously, thank you so much. It's been interesting and intense as well, confusing at times. I know no matter what happens, I will rise like a phoenix. Yay! Yes. You're welcome, Christine. Even when it gets hard, it gets better. Yes. And especially when it gets hard, it gets better. And I think that's what we're going through at the moment. This is hard things. This is like things that we would have run away from before. But we have been prepared for this. Our higher selves have been getting us prepared for this, so we don't run this time, so that we face it. It's like, okay, we've learned how to be the Queen of Swords, how to empower ourselves. We've learned how to open our hearts and do that. It's like, now put it together and face this thing. And remember, when it comes to our twin flames, as we're teaching each other, we're bringing things up in each other, triggering each other and teaching each other to be ready. Oh. There's only one that you want to come back. There you go. You're welcome, Evelyn. Yes, I've tried to do that recently. I'm kind of sad, Crystal. Christine, the cards were perfect. Understanding my astrology classes. Oh, trust myself that I'll understand. Very done on. You know what I did the other day? I wish the comments wouldn't jump about. I scroll and then it just goes boom and goes somewhere completely different. I'm trying to read and it's gone. Astrology classes, yeah. What's she called? I'm watching someone on YouTube. I can't remember what her name is. But she does sidereal astrology. I did my chart. Very interesting. Because it turns it around. In my sidereal chart, I am Aries, which makes sense because I kind of am Aries. And I'm Taurus rising. And I'm Moon dominant. And Mercury dominant. And I'm South Node dominant. Has anyone done that? The sidereal chart? Very interesting. welcome, Sherry. Dreaming Girl. Wow, Claire, you're so intuitive. This message is exactly what I needed to hear. There you go. I know it has nothing to do with the topic twin flame, but the universe is constantly telling me to put myself out there. Started a YouTube channel, yay! To raise consciousness and help people, but I'm so scared to leave my comfort zone and the opinions of people around me. But then you come with success and take the risk. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, Diana. You don't think you're that competitive. There's something about strength, though. And taking the lead, maybe. A leader? You're welcome, Barbara. Kim, yes, I felt that in many relationships, mostly from my mother. You're welcome. April. It's in April 24th. So I'm near the cusp anyway of Aries, but I've got, in my Western astrology, I've got Moon, Venus and Mercury in Aries. So I am very Aries. Anyway, in Western. But, you know, this idea that is based on the moons? You know how they keep on saying every few years that there's an extra Western sign. That's because Western astrology, breaking it into the 12 signs and having it fixed, you know, always changing on the 23rd or whatever. It's not, the sky isn't like that, you know. That's why we have to change our calendars, right? It's based on the same thing. We have a leap year. And so the Western astrology, it doesn't quite match up with the sky, whereas the sidereal does, because it's based on the moon, which is always in a phase. Anyway, kind of learning a little bit about that now. Not getting too deep into it, but it's interesting. You know yourself, you know. You just got to know yourself more and more. Know thyself. Learn more and more. Well, so an hour and a half today. Wow, that was a good one. Let me know. Might be here tomorrow. It depends, because if he comes and we've got to talk through stuff, maybe I won't be. But who knows? It might just be a carrot. It might just be me getting ready for this today. I'm going to try and do and record and edit a pick a card read today, so that should be out on my YouTube channel later in about 12 hours, 11 hours, something like that. So thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for your likes and your subscribes and your support on my channel. It's very much appreciated. As I said, I do love doing these videos. It's my favourite thing now. It's my favourite way of channeling, more than the private readings now. I enjoy it. So yeah, we'll see where this takes me. Have an amazing day and night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Bye. And good luck with the twin flame stuff.